Hi guys, right, this engine generator here, it come in the same condition as this one. Okay, so what I done, I put wheels on it, took it all apart, resprayed it, put a stand on it, and I put a handle on it, you see, and then I ordered some grommets for the tank, and it's missing the outlet for the fuel, so I've ordered a new tap, and then I changed the oil. Now to change the oil in this machine, you've got to tilt it sideways because I haven't got the proper fundish, so I have to show, I'll show you what I've done. I tilted it like that, see, right, and then all over here was covered in oil, and that's the reason. Look at it. Couldn't understand where the oil was coming from, and there's where it's coming from. Yeah, crack in the block, right, engine is absolutely goosed. But what I have got, I've got this engine here, which is a Honda, right, I'm going to take the engine off this, strip it down, put it on here. This is a clone engine, a clone Honda, and then I should be able to take the head off this, put it on that one, because what's happened here, they broke the studs off where the my shaking is terrible. They broke the studs off, you see, and I've got to drill them out. But it's a shame on that, because it turned out nice. Okay, the next time I see it, this engine here will be stripped. This is a Honda engine, see? Okay. Right, what I seem to have here, I seem to have, can you hear that? I think that's catching on there, because it's $3. That's catching, but then you wind it on, it locks up there, it won't go any farther. Let's get the ratchet on it. Yeah, can't get it past that. Okay, so there's something sticking there. There you go. It's locked up there, so we'll have to take that out and see what the problem is. Okay, I've took the drinker off at the moment, and there it is there. Yeah, I call it the drinker because that's what drinks the fuel. Right. Always use a rubber hammer or a plastic rubber hammer to tap off the head, because you don't want to be hitting this with a metal hammer because it's aluminium, or to them a broad aluminum, because you don't want the thing snapping on you. Oh, you see, I've took all the bolts out, and we just should pull it out. And we can see why it's jammed and seized. There we go. Right, that looks good, doesn't it? Right. That's it. Yeah. Well, the concrete should be outside the machine, not inside. But let's have a look and see what these are. See if these are magnetic. see if that's bits of metal that's in there. Okay, get them out, put them there. Okay, put them there. There we go. And we get a magnet. Oops. Well, it sticks to that. Yep, they're magnetic. So that's metal that's in there. Yep, magnet. So let's see now. There we go. It's actually coming up now, moving. But it's not coming up all the way. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. And we'll concentrate on the head. The valves is a bit seen better days. Okay. See what the problem was. The problem, yeah, we can see what the problem was. The problem was the intake valve was stuck. It had water in it sometime. As you can see. What did it say here? There's no damage to the head. It's just got water in it. I don't know where that metal comes from, but I don't see anything, any metal bits broken off. But you can see it's just all water and gouged up. Okay, get that clean and see how it's like. Okay, I've cleaned the piston off now, and I've cleaned that. This is where the problem was here at the bottom. See, yeah. It's okay now, I've cleaned it off now. If your piston's all carboned up, what you should do, or what you need to do, is entirely up to you, is leave on the head gasket, okay, and then you can use a wire wheel to clean it off. And then when it's done, you just take it off, but make sure before you do that you put some piece of rag or some kitchen roll in here, so no muck goes down into the bottom of the engine. This can be another problem at a later date for you. Now you see that's free now. The problem was here, was what happens when the water got in and the engine was on the side. This was like the water, see? And this is WD-40, I've just sprayed in now, just to show you. Just rub it around. Now just leave it for a while and see if it, leave it for about 10 minutes and see if it goes down. If it goes down, then you've got a leak in your rings, but this is, I've already tested this should be okay. It's not moving, that's good. Okay. Okay, right, I've cleaned all these off and I've lapped them in, and both valves are lapped now, and you can see the difference, and this is the one that was jammed in. Right, now what you do when you put them in, you make sure you don't lose the head, which I have done. Right. Okay, now never put them in dry, but make sure they drop in. Make sure they drop in evenly. Okay, now we've got the exhaust side, which is here. And what I use WD, not WD, 3-in-1 oil. Good lubricant for them. Drop it in. These will go. See? Just drop it in. There you go. Now that's well seated because you can't move it. You look, see up. It won't move. If it moves, then you've got a gap, and that will give you no compression. And what you do now, put your container here. see it's got a groove in it, but you can press these down by hand and not you tilt them to one side when you press them and pull it back, and there you go. Check it, make sure it's on, turn it over, check it, that's okay. Then the same over the intake. Okay, look. Make sure they're clean, no dust on them, give them a spray of 3-in-1 oil. Again, make sure you check them. If you can move them with your finger like that, then they're not seated properly. Right. Again, the same applies here. You have to pull it to one side, as you can see, press it down. Now this one's a bit more stiffer. You just put something under the valve so it doesn't go down when you press it. There you go. Yeah, that's a good fit. Make sure there's no oil on your head, where the head goes, the head gasket. Got a new head gasket set. Not focused in very well, is it? We need to focus it. Try not to pull them like that because you might bend the gaskets. I'm going to cut around with the knife so you can peel that plastic off. Okay, what you do now is you get your dowel, is these, they fit in, if you look, you see they fit in the widest holes, yeah, you only go in one way, see, there you go, see they fit one way, you only fit in them hole, push them well in with your tongue, now get your head gasket, this will hold it in place while you tighten the head up. Tapping with a rubber hammer. There you go. Then put your head bolts in. if they're anywhere stiff to get in, don't tighten them up. Unscrew them and start again till they click, see? There you go. Well, I got the engine out, the engine's out. We can see it here. This is the one. This is the one. I stripped this down, and this is a proper Honda one, this one. Where are we, Honda? We have a look at that. Turn around. I can see that. Yeah. Come on, camera. Get out of the blur. Oh well, anyway, it is a Honda, and this is ready now. I'll strip this down. The next time you see this is in bits. I'm interested to see why or what caused the damage to this engine. Let me have a look. Turn over. See that now? Just let me get that. Get the light on it. I see it. See the hole? There's a hole in it. You can't see it very well, but I'm interested. It's not oil because there was plenty of oil in it, but it's going to be fun to see what this is. The idea, if it is to take this engine apart, take the head off, put it on this one, and then take the bits off this one, put them on here. You get this. This is a good engine. This was running great. I got this running great. I've got new gaskets and everything in it. But I've got to take it all apart again. Next time you see this, it'll be all fitted. All these parts will be on this engine. I've took the motor off it and the stator, and it's unbelievable. Let me just see if I can zoom it in. How slim, how skinny that material is, that metal. See it? Right. It's roughly that thin. The same thinness as the fin, right? There's no damage whatsoever inside. Crank is fine. There's no damage to the crank. There's no damage to the camshaft. The camshaft is fine. Everything is no bits broken or marks on any of them. Even down to the aisle. There's no bits of metal or anything in them. It just literally fell apart. See it? Now, it'd be interesting to hear the comments down below. Look at this. Look at that. I can actually pull it right out with the piston. There's no damage anywhere. But all I can see is it's just metal fatigue because very, very skinny. Look at that. You can't see it properly with a stupid camera, but unbelievably thin, that casing. I don't think Craic will repair it. And it's not just happened. It's been cracked for a while because there's marks here. See it where it's been banging. So it must have been running like that. Sabi hit, not very good, I think. I did pull it with a bit of starting fluid, and it did fire up. But I left it at that time because I'm indoors. But yeah, I've got to strip it down a bit more. But up to now, I found nothing that will cause that damage. Okay, I've got it all apart now. come in like this. I hope it comes out on this is a rubbish camera. Everything is perfect, there's no damage or wear to any item on there. No item damaged or worn on them. I did come across 2 items that struck a red light. One is I had to cut one of the bolts off. They were torqued down really hard, plus they were Loctited in, and that's not done by the people who make the engine. That's probably had another head on it. Now if you look at the head, I had to cut that. You can see it or not. See, I've had to cut the bolt off. Right. And it's really sunk in. Yeah, really sunk in. They're really tightened down. You look inside. Okay. Now the other one that concerned me was this. I think this has had a head on it sometime. It's had another head fitted. Okay. Put that one next to it. And can you see the difference? There. See it? There's only one hole on that. The head gasket, it's that one. It's that one. Okay? But it doesn't fit that one. I don't know whether that's a problem or not. I'd like to know in the comments down below. The piston bore is perfect, not a mark on it. The engine's not very old, it's just I'm nearly sure it's had a head on it at one time. And I put the wrong head on. But I do know that they torqued it down unbelievable. And then they used Loctite on it to cure it. And I had to cut that one off. I could not get a spanner to turn it. I tried everything, I heated it up as well. There's, you can see how slim the material is. Wow, stop shaking. Yeah. I'd like to hear the comments down below what you think happened. Thank you. Did you know there's 4 items on your generator that will stop your spark? Obviously the main one, which would be the conductor here. What goes on the magnet on here, you see, it catches the magnet on here. Every time it catches that, it gives you spark. Yeah. Then the other one obviously is the spark plug. That will stop your spark. Then there's the spark plug boot. That will stop the spark if it's damaged inside. And this is another one here, which is the aisle sensor. If that is faulty, that will stop the spark. But usually what it does, when the aisle is low in your engine, that's what it's for, it's a safety feature, it will stop your engine, right? But if you're in a desperate situation, you've got plenty of oil in your engine, all you have to do is disconnect one of these wires to get you out of trouble, and then your engine will run fine. But remember to put it back in when you're not using the engine and you finish with the emergency side of it. You can always check it for oil every time you put fuel in. That's the best way to do it, and then you'll have no problem. That's just a simple ID. 4 items to check to make sure they're okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this goes down, it will stop the spark from going to your plug.